Each year, America offers billions of dollars in aid around the world. But one program in particular has returned remarkable results. U.S. taxpayers have saved a generation of Africans through the president's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, or PEPFAR, created by President George W. Bush 20 years ago. At the time, HIV infected 30 million Africans, and 14 million children had lost their parents. In some regions, life expectancy had fallen by 20 years before PEPFAR reversed the tide.
It has saved 25 million lives, prevented HIV/AIDS transmission from affecting children in 5.5 million children,
making it wildly popular abroad and here at home. But today, PEPFAR faces an uncertain future. Its 5-year reauthorization is overdue, and some conservative lawmakers and pro-life groups are sounding the alarm. They fear life-saving tax dollars are being drained from PEPFAR to advance abortion and other global agendas of the Biden administration.
This is taking money away from monies that would be used to save human lives to advance a political agenda.
When President Bush launched PEPFAR and President Trump last authorized it, an executive order barred the program from spending tax dollars on abortion under the so-called Mexico City policy. President Biden rescinded it.
And they use the word, it integrates sexual and reproductive health and rights, and of course that means abortion.
Pro-life groups say that allows American tax dollars to flow unfettered to non-governmental organizations that provide those services. The Biden administration says that's not the case.
PEPFAR has never been an abortion program. It is not and will never be.
He points to a 1973 amendment which prohibits foreign aid from funding abortions overseas. But pro-life groups say it's happening.
We've seen over $1 billion go to these organizations whose primary purpose is to advocate for and promote abortion.
In addition to abortion, critics say tax dollars are also being used to lobby against pro-life laws in some African countries.
Most of the African countries are solidly pro-life, and they are under siege by the NGOs that we are supporting.
In a letter to Congress, 130 African parliament and faith leaders expressed concerns and suspicions that PEPFAR funding is supporting practices, including abortion, that violate our core beliefs concerning life, family, and religion. Still, many, including the founder of PEPFAR, argue the program is, by its nature, life-giving. President Bush writing, "There is no program more pro-life than one that has saved more than 25 million lives. I urge Congress to reauthorize PEPFAR for another 5 years without delay." Bush and others calling for immediate reauthorization argue the worth of America's international word is at stake. But Perkins calls pushing liberal values on our African allies a dangerous approach.
We see the world right now almost on fire. And we have many of these allies in Africa where we see a lot of these terrorist organizations now moving to set up headquarters. We're pushing many of these countries that should be allies and have been into the arms of others because we are forcing them to embrace an agenda that runs counter to the values of those countries.
Now, while Congress deliberates, AIDS patients around the world are watching intently.
It's saving a lot of people, especially here in Africa, here in Kenya, and even me. I'm here because of PEPFAR funding of ARVs. If it's not there, I'm dead.
Jennifer Wishon, CBN News.